Hey, Joe Gilder here from Home Studio Corner. I want to show you how easy it is to do plug-in automation, or really any automation, inside of Studio One. It's not nearly as surgical as you may be used to doing things in another system. So the key to all this, and I've mentioned this briefly in other videos, is to keep your eyeballs up here as you're mixing. You'll notice this changes depending on what you've been clicking on. So I just clicked on this track and it says volume and has the name of the track there. So let's say I open up this EQ and I click on this gain knob here. Look up here, it changed to mid-frequency gain on Pro EQ. So on that particular plugin, it's ready for me to do something. It's saying, hey, I'm here, I want to do something. So with that in mind, let's say you're working on a mix, and let's say you want to automate, let's say a delay. So we were talking about delay in a previous video. And let's say we've got this beat delay set up. You're the one I love the most. Okay, it's a cool stereo delay, but typically in mixing, if you use a stereo delay like that on a lead vocal for the entire song, a lot of times it can be too much. A lot of times I find I want to bring it in and out for certain phrases of the song. So for example, he gets to kind of a light chorus here where he sings, "You're my ticket home," and then right here. Right here. You're my ticket home. You're my ticket home. So let's say I want that delay to happen right there in that section of the song, but I don't want it anywhere else. I don't want it before, I don't want it after. It's just for that one phrase where the 808 kick comes in, where I want it on. Well, how would I do that if I was on an analog board and I had to do this myself? How would I do it? Well, I would literally turn the delay send on and off. So this is the telling it to send to the delay. So I would say, I would listen, and then I would click this on when I want the delay to start coming in. To let you know, you're my ticket home. And then I would click it off when I wanted it off. And we'd have to write that sort of automation or something like that. So remember earlier when I said to keep your eyes up here, have you been looking? What happens when I click on this setting, and I'll turn it off, you'll notice that up here, it has the send mute is the last thing I touched. And then there's a couple of little buttons here. There's the A for edit automation and the click and drag parameter. So if I wanted to add an automation, a track by itself just for the automation, I would click this, boom, and down here at the bottom, you'll see on my vocal master bus, there's an analog delay track. And I can sit here and this little line is my automation. I can click it on and off. Now, the thing about that is it's not anywhere close to the audio. So this lead vocal is feeding into a vocal bus, so it's not as helpful. So in this instance, I would use this click and drag parameter. I click on this hand and I drag it, hang on. I click it and I drag it to where I want it to go. So I drag it right here. And it dropped it in the right place. Okay, it's not exactly what I thought it would do. I thought it would drop it on top, but it didn't, because we're not actually automating this track, we're automating the bus. But we dragged it right to the place where we want it to be, so now we can automate the spots we want. My ticket home. So that's the first line I want for the delay to come on. So I just click here and go boom. And then it's on, and I want it to turn back off over here. It is literally that easy. Now, if we look at our mix window and we watch this delay button here, you'll notice it turns itself on and off as needed. You're my ticket home. You're my ticket home. I'm just a fool. So if you're experienced with automation, I didn't show you anything you didn't know except how to do automation inside of Studio One. But if you're new to automation and you've heard songs where the delay comes in on certain parts of the song, that's how you do it. It's really simple. Now, imagine you can do that with anything. Let's say we want to automate the lead vocal, the vocal volume itself. Okay, here it is. We clicked on the lead vocal fader, and then we clicked the A button up here, and now we have a lead vocal track. So I can use my PreSonus fader port, if I click on the track and select it, I'm now using my fader port to adjust the volume. So if I want to do some sort of automation, then I can do it. I can set this track to, let's say, to touch automation, hit play. You're my ticket home. You're my ticket home. And you can go and ride automation all day long. And if you mess things up, you can just come and grab it and move it just like any other system. But it's really a pretty powerful setup. You can select things and grab them all together, move them up. If we want that part to be a little bit louder, we can grab it and move it, or we can just write over it again. You're my ticket home. So vocal automation for a lot of songs is crucial to getting it to sit in the mix well. Or as you can imagine, you can automate anything. You can automate certain plugins to go on and off. You can automate delay sends to go on and off. You can automate EQ settings to turn on and off or to move throughout the song. There are really endless options there. And if you've got something you want to automate, it's that easy. So let's say on this vocal bus, we want to automate this high EQ. Well, I just clicked on it, and I click on the gain button, and look, it says high frequency gain. I click the A button, and it adds a channel for my high frequency gain to this vocal master thing that's created, and I can automate that high frequency to boost during this part of the song. Serve coffee while I was singing in the streets. Open guitar case, hoping that one day we'd save some money. Now, would I want to do that in this song? No, but maybe you want to automate on your drums for a high frequency shelf to turn on or to turn up at a chorus, so it's a little brighter at the chorus. You can do all that, and it's as easy as clicking on the setting, clicking A, and then going and finding where it is in your session and saying, all right, I want you to move. And you can click and drag with the lines, or you can actually go turn the volume using touch automation and have it do it exactly however you turn it in the system. But again, it's really just, it's crazy. You can go too far with this, but it's pretty cool to kind of, if you just want to impress your friends, to see kind of what happens when you do that. Oh, here we go. Let's try that again. See, now they're both moving together. Makes for a fun dance. But anyway, don't go too far with this. I don't do it on EQ almost ever, so I would recommend you not doing that. However, there are options where it might make sense to automate something, one of your plugins, to get it to do exactly what you want it to do. And that's how you do it. It's very easy to do, and I would encourage you to experiment with it. It's a powerful, powerful feature that you definitely want to be familiar with. Okay, that's it for me. See ya.